I want to explain the differences and why it's handy to have a right hand, a left hand, and then a long nose metal shears. These short angled, you can see the difference. These are angled. This is called a straight nose. The angled snips are nice for cutting trim. And the purpose for the angle is if you cut your trim like this, you can just cut all day and your hands are up out of the metal. You can cut this piece off like that. Now if I were to use these snips, I'd cut about that far, and now all of a sudden my hands are going to get all cut up on the metal I'm cutting. These are really nice though, and the reason I use them for 95% of my cutting is because they're nice for cutting the big pieces of metal. I'll explain that here in a minute. And the difference between the right and the left hand is, if I'm cutting into a piece of metal and I need to make a 90-degree turn, the right hand snips will work good to make a left hand turn. So in this case, I'm coming up here and I need to make a turn. I can make a nice cut. Now, it's literally impossible to turn right because of the way that the snips are made. So that's where the left hand come in nice. I can come up here and make a right hand turn. So I don't use the left hand very much at all, but they are really nice when I need them. So where I use my long snips here is in cutting the pieces of metal, and it's always important. I always like to leave the metal on the ground and put my foot on the piece that I'm keeping, and then pull up with my left hand on the piece the scrap piece. So in this case, we're going to cut about 2 feet off of this scrap piece just for demonstration. And the reason I want to pull up on the scrap piece is because by pulling up on it as I'm cutting, it will keep the material away, the metal away from my fingers, keep me from getting cut. But it really distorts the scrap piece. So it's always important to try to pull up on the scrap piece and keep the good piece that you want to use on the ground, as that gets less distorted. I don't know if you can see this, but I got the ribs lined up on the other side on this scrap piece, and if you look over here, it's a good 1/4 inch wider, because by pulling up it stretches each rib and it just basically expands the piece. So but this piece should stay pretty true to the original form.